I think the opening stream thing there is frozen there, Spence. I didn't even realize that. Why is it frozen? Warning, the stream's bit rate. Yeah, we know the stream's bit rate is usually crap. Let me see what happens if I go to Q&A. This might be a very short one. This might be a very, very short one if it doesn't decide to, excuse me. If it doesn't decide to start. And I'm not going to, I don't want to restart. Hey, look at that. Look at that. I actually popped up. I popped up and it's sort of kind of working. What's going on, Omar and Spence? It's just the three of us. So we could say what we want. We can make fun of Chris all we want to make fun of him because he's not here. Yeah, it's finally, yeah, it was stuck on starting. You good here? Just a start screen. Sorry if my voice still sounds a little RFK-ish, but I'm getting better with every day. Everybody's getting better. If you guys didn't know, my mom was in the hospital. Boobies. My mom was in the hospital for 5 days with the flu. Me, Elaine, and my mom. My mom was sick first. Then Elaine got sick, gave it to me, and I gave it back to my mom. So the sickness was, and Durag Dirk too. We can make fun of him too. We were all sick. I still have the stupid cough, and the voice was. If you watched my last video, the voice was worse than it is now. It's still pretty bad, but it's getting better. It's getting better. I hope everybody's okay over there, Omar. Yes, indeed. Nothing special going on over here. Been working slowly on Darth Talon. I got to clean the machines. The only thing I did on those was clean the build plates. So I got to clean the machines, dump those out, and start printing some more stuff up because I have 2 more Bewitched. There's our little cape. 2 more Bewitched to, oh, that reminds me. I was supposed to cure some parts. 2 more Bewitched to print up, and then I'll get them on the shop. But they're coming out nicely. I like these things. He did a nice job on it. The only thing I don't know with UEL's prints, I don't know if he, whatchamacallit, if he test prints them. Because some things fit like Bewitched here, fits kind of loose. And then other things don't fit at all. I know there's, shrinkage and stuff like that of keys and stuff. But it's just weird. So I don't know if he's got really cool stuff, but I don't know if he test prints. So what I'm going to do with this before they go on sale, because this one's not a big model, I'm going to build and paint one of these and do a video of it so everybody knows the little pitfalls and what we got to do. But it's not Samantha like the human Samantha. It's the little cartoon Samantha from the beginning. I still got a little cleanup to do on these, but they're very cool. They're cute little cartoons, and I'll add this one to my list. And I want to do the video on it too. Of what's going on, John? Good to see you. Hey, Jim, just painted. Let's go. It is the Jersey flu. It definitely is the Jersey flu. But another reason I want to do a build and paint video is on these. Is I want to kind of do a tutorial on what to expect with 3D prints, because a lot of people think they're perfect, and they're not perfect. It's like some things sometimes have a pinhole in it, like this. This is the moon, and there's a little pinhole top over here that's got to be taken care of, plus the drain hole. So I want to go over all that stuff so people have an idea before they buy something, what they're getting themselves into with 3D prints. There is cleanup to do. They're not nothing's perfect. Just like getting a garage kit. They're very nice. They're quality. It's just like a regular model. You have to do, like on the back here, probably can't see that. This is the support marks on the bottom. I try to keep the support marks where, excuse me, they're the least noticeable and the least, if you clean up and make a mistake, I try to put them in the back and stuff like that. So this way they could be taken care of. So he's got the little moon here. You're not going to be able to see it, but he's got, I wish they were a little more raised. This is the back plate to it, It has like little outlines of clouds, a few stars like in the cartoon, and then it comes with the base. I don't have all the parts because I got to reprint up a couple parts. So I don't know how big this is. I don't know. I don't have my ruler. I don't have my ruler with me. Let's see. Hopefully it doesn't. Excuse me. Hopefully it doesn't fall apart. Up to the tip of the moon. Okay, from the very bottom of the base right up to the top of the moon is it ends up being 7 inches tall. So this little guy should be a nice quick build, and we'll do that on the we'll do that as a video. We'll do that as a video. Excuse me. Hey Chris, what's going on? We can make fun of you to your face now. What's going on, John? We got a lot of Johns in here. We got a lot of Johns. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Rest in peace to Boyd. Very good man. Miss him a lot. Nothing but top shelf, Omar. Hopefully by next week I sound better. So that's, oh, I'll tell you one thing too. If you do buy this kit, I told UEL, I really don't think you're going to see it. So this is the way it's going to be facing you. The building with the pointy top and the smaller building here. Then you got this building and this building. And there's a little, very tiny gap in between. And it's a very weak point. I actually broke 3 of these trying to get them off supports and had to reprint up a bunch. I got 4 here. So you got to be careful. This one, see, and that's the problem with some of these keys. This, I don't think this shrunk. I think these keys are too fat, so I'm going to have to shave them down. But the city goes in front here. If you get one of my models, you may have a golden retriever here. That's just one of my dogs saying hello to you. But this guy goes in here. Be careful of this weak point here when you're putting it in and shaving down the little pegs here. That goes there. The thing on the back. You have the moon up top. Then you have Samantha riding her broom with her cape and the Bewitched. The Bewitched goes right in here. And I think I might have to dig this out a little bit because it is kind of loose. So that I got to really stick in there. And then the little slot down here is for the bristles of the broom going there. And she sits right in front of the backdrop. So it's a very cool, nostalgic build. We're going to be printing off different UEL ones. Like I got Fred Flintstone. I got to get Barney Rubble, stuff like that. He's got a lot of cool. He's got a lot of cool old cartoon stuff. Will the box have a wet puppy smell too? No wet puppy smell. Just some golden retriever hair because they're all over the place. Modify the file if you have simplify. You can take a scale portion and make the file thicker or thinner. Hopefully, I have to play with that. I don't want to mess with anything. I'm gonna go the old-fashioned way of grinding stuff down to begin with. I really don't want to mess anything up. I don't. Do I have her body? I do have her body, but it's not cured. It's not. That's another one. I'll grab one uncured. Got to do some cleanup on her. There's still some alcohol on the front, but that's her little body with more frickin' dog hair. One of the problems I found too is when you put her head in, it doesn't seat all the way down. It sticks out a little bit. So that's why I want to build this first to see if shaving this down makes it fit better. If it doesn't, then I might have to try that simplify thing and reprint all of her heads because it sticks out some and we don't want that sticking out. And I got to get the alcohol out of there. And then her cape goes over her shoulders. There's 2 little pins. There's 2 little pins here. One here. And there's supposed to be one there. And her cape will be flying off her back like that. I got to finish cleaning these guys up. I might have to run these through the wash and cure again. Oh, I've done that for some thin piece and I just shaved down the keys to make them fit. Yeah, I'm going to have to shave them down, or I'm going to try that. I'm going to find that simplify thing that you said, Omar, And if I have to reprint a couple of these heads, I'll reprint them. But I got to clean up some more stuff on these. Like this is a little hole at the top of her head that he had put in there, so you could toss her hat on there. I actually had to drill that out a little bit because the hole he made didn't fit the peg that he had made. So that one was simple, just to drill out a little more so her little head could fit on there. But that's why I want to test these beforehand and let people know what they gotta do. Oh boy. Hey, what's going on, Ken? I got to catch your last video of the Raptor. What's up, one? I could not get in the YouTube, had to get in from Discord. That is very odd. That is very odd. And speaking of Discord, anybody that's a member, a monthly membership person, I finally created the private Discord only for members and Patreon members. So what you have to do is if you go to posts on the front page of my YouTube channel, there should be a post for just members, and there'll be a link there. To get in from YouTube, you got to actually link your YouTube account to Discord, and it'll automatically pull you in. So this way, if you drop from the membership, it drops you from the Discord. If you stay a member, you just stay there, and it's a private one for doing 3D prints, modeling, and chatting with each other that are members. So if you are a member and you have Discord, go over to the front page, like I said, hit posts, because YouTube's making a big change. It used to say community, but now it says posts. They're changing the community where anybody on YouTube can post on your community, but you can put restrictions. You don't have to put it up. So be wary of that if you have a YouTube channel. You also can get members only HLI jackets as well. Imagine that. Imagine we had some members only HLI jackets. We do have members only. No, these anybody could buy. This is actually the old one. The new ones are better than these. This was lightweight. The newer sweatshirt is better. And sorry about the voice, and sorry about the coughing. Still getting over this nonsense. Definitely getting over this nonsense. Chippy chips really mean nothing anymore. We don't have giveaways, and I have to say, since giveaways ended, we see who the real viewers were. We used to have 40 up to 50 people watching during the giveaways. What's going on, Ruben? What's going on? We used to have 40 to 50 people. Now we have our usual suspects, our usual, 10 to 15, maybe 20 guys that are always here. But once the giveaway stopped, the people that were here just for giveaways left, and they never came back. You're holding out for Dirk. Well, I don't think Dirk is going to become a paying member. I don't think he is. What miracle is this? It is a miracle. We had yesterday we had to drop a dime on a new dishwasher, which is great. That thing is awesome, so much better than the last one. But unfortunately, Kelly had a breakdown with her vehicle with the brakes, so that was some more unexpected money to go out the door today. So we did that. Had to walk the dogs. Kenny didn't get home till 9:30, so we did a late show tonight. That's right, the usual riffraff. The usual riffraff. Some of these dudes are unusual suspects. I think we should still give away Chris. I don't think anybody will take them if we did a giveaway for Chris. I don't know. I don't know if anybody will take them. Yep, see? Omar has the same question. Dirk will take them. Dirk will take Chris in. Definitely will. I wonder if Dirk made it home. I know he was going to be out in the snow. Who's, one of the riffraff doing the riffraff stuff. Doing the riffraff stuff. Oh, if you didn't see the latest short, I'm working on the lightsaber for Darth Talon, and I was working with those noodles. Those noodles are very cool, but if you're going to use it for a lightsaber, they're not like the Edison filaments that glow 360. They only glow out of one side, so I'm going to have that side more towards the front. To me, a red didn't look good. It was too clear. where you could see the LEDs even when they were off. So I went over to Pro Acryl's transparent red. It looks like a thick, solid red. Thank you, guys. He lives. What's up, Kaylin? Kaylin, I went on late just for you because I know it's only 7 o'clock there. It looks like a solid red, but when the LED light's on, you could see the light through it, and you could see the LEDs through it, unfortunately. I was trying to put some fluff in it. The hell is it called? Fiberfill. Trying to put fiberfill in it, but it was a pain in the neck to twist it up and try to shove it in there. So it'll just be what it is. It's, you know, it's going on my shelf. I really don't care as long as it lights up and it looks good. And 99% of the time, it's not going to be lit up anyhow. She's just going to be standing there. Not many can handle me. I'm too damn amazing for most people. Oh boy. Chris will be sitting on top shelf for a long time. I see it how it is. I'm chopped liver. Shoe's not chopped liver.
Do-bop, shoe-ba-de, do-bop, shoe-ba-de, do.
You're not chopped liver, Shoe. You got your own Shooby-Dooby-Dooby song. What time could you go live so that the European dudes can jump? We never have European dudes on here. Never, ever, ever. They don't. Actually, that's a lie. GB's Model Zone is on here a lot, and he's in the UK. He jumps on here a lot. I don't know who else is whatchamacallit from that side that jumps on. Elliot, RE Trekworks. He jumps on here when he can. I used to do the live streams at 2 o'clock on a Saturday, but I can't do them at 2 o'clock. I could barely do them at 7 o'clock. Added the Klingon D-set, waiting for the ex-post bride of Frankenstein and wondering when the Mothman gets officially announced. Hey, what's going on, Ken? We got 3 Kens in here tonight. Yeah, I still have my Secret Santa's gift card to not CG Trader, Gambody. I'm still trying to figure out what I want. Matt does. Matt jumps on here sometimes. The Leprechaun. What's going on, kind sir? What's going on? Liam does pop in very rarely. Liam pops in. So we have probably like 4 or 5 guys from over that side. We never had a lot from that side of the pond. It's always been the U.S. and Canada for us mostly, you know. So we don't get anybody from Mexico or anything like that. We do have Puerto Rico here tonight, though, representing. Sluggo, what's going on? You guys could pretend to be European. Throw some European slang out there, and we'll be good to go. Nice. I gotta catch your newest video. I haven't caught a video in a while. I've just been busy doing stuff, busy resting up. I really haven't done much on Darth Talon. I got to finish her tomorrow. I'm gonna set aside to do cleaning of the machines, cleaning of the 3D print, because I really need to finish. Darth Talon up, because I got to get printing. What the hell do I got to get printing? Jason Voorhees for my Halloween build, because that's going to be a big one. 3 Kens. You can live with me. There's Kenny, Kelly, and Kenny. We got the KKK here. That's why we can't use that. So we don't go with the first initial. We say KCX3. KC times 3, because we're all KC. Kelly, Kenny, and Kenny. Hey, Dan, what's going on, sir? What's going on, kind sir? All the Xmas decoration boxes are stored away so I can get back to my workbench soon. No, we still have our Christmas tree up, all the stuff around the stockings. Kelly just took down the Christmas stuff. We just last week took down the stuff outside, the Christmas stuff outside. She took down all the Christmas stuff in the kitchen, and then she's off next week. So next week will be the week we take everything down and put it away and start doing stuff. We need to have an intervention for Kenny for resin addiction. I love my resin. I'm gonna be doing some regular model kits, but resin is king for me. I've always loved figures. Figures have always been my main love, but I suck at them. So I just said I got to do them. The only way I'm going to get better is if I do them. So, and they take up a lot less room, unless you're printing something like I did with Darth Talon. That's that's quarter scale tall. I don't know if I showed you guys. Did I show you guys her at quarter scale? All on the whatchamacallit? Yo ho ho. Yo ho ho. Bring your own hood if you're sleeping over at Kenny and Kelly's. No hoods here. No hoods here. We love everybody. We love everybody. That's not part. It's funny that our initials are that, but that's why we do. If we do say our initials, it's KC times 3. But no, we love everybody. You know, not a bad bone in our bodies, unless somebody fucks with us or our friends, and then it's game on. That's what me and my boy have been doing. We've been getting our gun licenses already. This Saturday coming up, we got to go get our fingerprints and all that other good stuff. So we're having a blast, getting excited that we're going to be able to go shoot together, because I love shooting. Shooting's fun. Shooting is definitely a fun thing. It's just ammunition is very expensive. Dude, if you bring treats, they'll be your best friend forever. They're your best friend forever anyhow. That's like when they delivered the dishwasher. The guy wanted to come in the house. I was like, no, just leave the dishwasher out, son. My son and I will drag it into the house. I'm putting it together anyhow, so it doesn't make a difference. I didn't want the dogs jumping all over everybody. But I don't think I showed you guys her all together on a live stream, how big she is. She's a tall mamacita. She's a tall mamacita. I got a bunch of World War II rifles. What's going on, Ron? The first rifle I'm getting, Mike, is M16A2 by Fulton Armory. I could get a Colt, but I don't want a used one. And the M16A2, to get legal in New Jersey, they're just going to cut the bolts, the bayonet lug off it. They're going to pin the 30 magazine at 10 and the flash hider on the front. If you ever had an M16, you know you could fit your finger in the flash hider. To make it legal in Jersey, it's a very tiny hole, so the bullet just fits through it, which makes no sense that you can't put your finger in it. I don't get it, but they're just going to change the flash hider. And most likely that weapon, anyhow, I'll go shoot it a few times, but once it's cleaned up, I want to put it in a nice case with my 101st Airborne patch, medals, and stuff like that. The tools you used in the military. Two of the weapons I'm getting are going to be military, that I used in the military. M16A2 rifle and the M9 Beretta. Those I want, and then it's going to be shotguns and stuff like that. Not a whole bunch of guns. I want a Sig Sauer, because I'm going for my concealed carry also, since they made it a lot easier in Jersey to get your concealed carry. So I want to get my concealed carry. I'll probably get a compact 9. Get a compact Sig Sauer or a compact Beretta, something like that. I'm going to grab, she's not done, and hopefully she fits together. Let's see. I don't want, hold on. Okay. So that's the base. I don't know if I showed you guys. I'm going to show you again, even if I did. That's the base. It's got a nice gloss coat on it now, so it gets all my fingerprints all over this thing. No, I don't shoot animals. I could not shoot a deer. The only way I would shoot a deer is if I had to. You know, if we're eating. Fishing's a different story. I'll go fishing all day long. I'll kill a fish, gut a fish right on the boat, because that's what I grew up doing. I grew up fishing. We're a big fishing family. Did not grow up hunting. So if I grew up hunting, it'd be no big deal. But I can't kill an animal. Can't kill a fuzzy animal unless I had to. The only fuzzy animals I've ever killed was rats, because my friend had a rat problem. Nothing against Koreans, but he owned a building. Koreans bought the building next to him, and they just kept throwing all the food in the backyard, which brought the rats, instead of throwing the food out in the garbage. I don't know why they were doing it. But we had just hunting tournaments pretty much every weekend out his back window, just killing whatchamacallit, cat 6. Wait, you're using the farm of yours to grow your own, or is that a no-no? What are we growing? Who has a farm? I have two 1903. Ooh, that's nice. The 1903 Springfields. Those are very nice. I like those. Can't shoot fish. No, I love fishing. with an open container by the keyboard. Now, Dan, you were jinxing me. Let me move that all the way over there. I have a Coke problem. I have a very, very big Coke problem. I love Coca-Cola. Me and Coca-Cola are friends. I love my soda. I'm addicted to soda. Hold on, I'm going to grab a whole bunch of pieces and we'll bring them over. Piece by piece by piece. And hopefully I don't break anything, and hopefully you can hear me yelling. And hopefully she goes together well. She's not a lot of pieces. Well, she is not a lot of pieces. She's a lot of big pieces. Quarter scale is a phenomenal scale if you have room for it. I love it. Let me grab one of those. Let me grab one of these. I'm not grabbing. Oh, I'm not grabbing her lightsaber. I know I showed you guys the body because now her hiney is sticking out. But she's a big girl. Come on, get your boot. Get your boot in there. I know your boot fits in there. There you go. There's one boot. Let me see what I'm... Uh-oh. I love juice. Uh-oh. Doing better. Blood clot is fading slowly. Oh, crap. I didn't know you had a blood clot. This boot actually, even though it's tilted back, it doesn't belong like that. It's going to tilt forward where she's kind of like in a sexy pose with her heel being up. I think this is the right leg. That is the right leg. Right? Is that the right leg? No, I don't think that's the right leg. That's the right leg. Look at that. We're barely putting it together, and that's as big as like a frickin' regular model we put together. Doop, doop, doop. Building a green goblin for Halloween build. Ooh, nice. Very nice. Is that a DD or a DDD? I don't know. We might have to go bigger than D with the boobs they put on her. These guys, man, they put some serious boobage on these females. But this is almost 2 feet tall, I think it was. I think it was almost 2 feet tall. So is this the one that goes? No. This one goes on this. I still got to finish priming her and and cleaning up a few more parts. I think Kelly put the heat on. It's freaking hot in here. Don't go anywhere, kiddo. Don't go anywhere, please. I can't put her lightsaber in because it's wired up, and I have to whatchamacallit. I have to get the wire through her whole body. Which hands is this? Her arms are probably going to fall out because they don't stick in here well. I tell you what, this is from... Who is this from? Come on, you fudgy fudge. This is from Abe 3D. Abe 3D, they do some phenomenal work, and their keys fit so nicely. And the one thing I did notice, Abe 3D is the only one that does pre-supports so far that I found in Cheeto Box with the sphere on top, which is awesome because, oh, there goes her hand. Wicked doesn't do it, and CA3D doesn't do it. They use the regular frickin' supports with no sphere on top. And I hate not having the sphere because... Why can't I get this in? Because it leaves all those frickin' indentations. And it sucks that you got to go in there and do all the pinholes. Omar is a god for putting me onto spheres. I will catch up with the chat in a minute because I am so scared. I'm trying to be so gentle with it because I'm so scared it's going to fall over and I'm going to break something. And I don't want to reprint anything on here. Come on, get in there, baby. Please stay in there. Don't fall off. Because this one fell off once. And her nail broke. Did her nail break on this one? Ah, son of a bitch. See that? This one just fell out. This one fell out and her nail broke off. So now I'm going to just take some, whatchamacallit? Milliput, and I'll make a new nail for her because I am not reprinting a whole arm for one little nail that nobody is going to even notice that her nail is not there, except for you guys now, and you'll point it out. You'll be like, hey, look at the pictures. The nail is missing. Which way is... This is a pain in the ass doing this. This is a pain in the ass. But you get the picture. She's a big girl. And how come this won't go in here? And that's the one thing about their keys, too. They only fit a certain way. So, now I got to spin her around again. But I got to get this thing done. Omar actually is doing some very cool... he's had his own figures made. And they are very cool. And if you're on Facebook and Hobby Link International's Facebook group, you can see the one he's doing there. I think it's Ultra Boy or something like that. Right now, yeah, I'm gonna have to make a new nail. Boo! That sucks. That sucks. I don't even know why. I'm not gonna put that hand back in because that's gonna fall again. It's gonna break. But you can see she's gigantic. You can't even see her base, and she is up there. What's going on, Brian? She could beat me anytime. Yeah, it's a big model, Brian. That is one cool looking sculpt and will be pretty damn impressive. I hope it's impressive, Omar, when I'm done with it. I've never painted red skin before. So I know for the shadows to mix red with purple to make it a little deeper, and for the highlights to mix red with orange. But I'm hoping I can do it and it comes out. No matter what, however it comes out, it's just a learning process for me. So it'll get better and better with each one. But yeah, she's big. I'm pissed that this dropped. This might have dropped before because I've dropped this hand a couple times. And maybe her nail is on the table somewhere. When I'm done with the show, I'm going to look on the table and see if her nail's here. Because I got lucky with this one. I got lucky with that one. But it's no big deal. It could easily make another nail. And this thing, I'm going to have to get the wires. I got to get the wires through because this is her lightsaber hand. So I got to get the wires through up her arm, which through the arm and the lightsaber hilt, it's not a problem. My biggest problem, let me get this off before this breaks too, is going to be getting it up and around. So I'm going to try to force the curve on it and then use my tweezers through her neck and grab it and then shove it down her body through her leg and then all the way down this leg, and the wires will go into the base and she'll be good to go. But yeah, she's a bit, this is a big, I fell in love with quarter scale after this one was done, but I can't do that many quarter scales. There's another one that I want to do quarter scale, and it's the one from, I showed you guys, the one from Cephon 66, the Spartan girl. I want to do her quarter scale. She's big. That would be big. So I have room over there. Excuse me. Over there is the vent pipe for the water pipes and all that other good stuff. So I have to make a box over it. So that leaves me a nice size blank wall, probably about maybe 6 feet tall and 6 feet wide, something like that. So it'll give me a little space to put up maybe 4 or 5 of these guys over there. So I got to find space for these guys, and I want to do a few. But if you haven't done quarter scale before, she needs big ripples. If you haven't done quarter scale before, do one. They're really cool, as long as you have the space for them. The nice thing about this too is the painting isn't that bad. It's pretty much, her boots are black. Her armor is I'm going to use the dark silver from Pro Acryl. Everything's black. Her skin is black. The bands around her waist here, that go to her thong. Those are going to be the dark silver with black in between. Her thong is black. Her skin is red. All her tattoos are black. Her eyes, her irises and stuff are red. So it's a lot of red and black. Not a lot of colors to deal with. So when I do get this all cleaned up and primed, then I should be good to go with it. The hardest thing for this is going to be the wiring. And with how big she is, I'm not going to go with CA glue with her. I think I'm going to use 5-minute epoxy on most of the parts. You're making me nervous moving your hands by that figure. Take her apart. Yeah, I do got to take her apart because I know, Omar, I'm going to drop her. She is now nearly headless Darth Talon. I know I'm going to drop her and I'm going to break one of these Leku, the snaky head things, or I'm going to drop her and her eyelashes will frickin' break. So yes, we will take her down. We'll put her with Samantha from Bewitched right now, so Samantha can get a little scared of. You know what? Actually, let me put this on the desk. This way, I know it's going nowhere. I broke a fingernail, so we don't need to break any more stuff. That's, God forbid, I break a heel on her boot. Oh, she's got a little thing to protect her hoo-ha up front. The old hoo-ha. Okay. And Omar, 2 last things, her thighs and her boots. And she's safe again. There is a Laura Croft that I would like to do too. I don't have an outlet here, otherwise I would turn this guy on. This is the base. Now it's got fingerprints all over it. I got to get one of my microfiber cloths and get all my fingerprints off this guy. But it's all wired up inside. There's 3 strips of LED lighting around here. I used Tulip Slick because when I put these together, I used 5-minute epoxy on here. I put a big ass pan on top to hold it down and let that dry up for 24 hours, but there was still a little gap, so I just used the Tulip Slick. There are some spots that are messed up, but I'm not really too worried about it. This thing in here is called a buck. The problem is I wanted to use the 12-volt noodle inside of the lightsaber, but it is way too hot. And the lightsaber starts going like this, starts being an old man, and it starts sagging, so that's not a good thing. So I had to use the 3mm LEDs, which don't get hot at all. And Spence helped me out with figuring some stuff out for the LEDs. But this has a little potentiometer on here, and what it does is the 12 volts comes in the one side, then you use the potentiometer going counterclockwise, and it starts dropping the voltage down to what we need it to be. For the noodle, it's 3 volts, but I'm not going to put a resistor on it. So Spence figured out I'm going to go down to about 2.85 volts to light it up, and that should be fine. Like I said, it's not going to be lit up that often, so I'm not too worried about that. She's going to be mostly static, but when I do want to light her up, at least I can light her up and show people that she's lit up. I'm going to put this to the side too before I scratch it or break it or do something with this thing. I have been trying, and that was why Omar is the master. This is how I spent my birthday with big scale model. I'm the master of having screwed up a lot of learning. I screw up a lot, and sorry, the voice is getting worse and worse as I'm talking more and more. And the tats are raised, washi tape, and a fresh blade would probably... Yeah, the tattoos are a little bit raised, so it's going to make it a lot easier to do those guys, hand painting those in. And what I like about the Pro Acryl paints is thinned down nicely. No brush marks whatsoever with those guys. So those are really, really nice paints. But yeah, I'm with you, Omar. I've done a lot of messing up. And when I mess up, I go to Omar. But I'm having a little bit of trouble with the Jason Voorhees one. I keep messing with it. There's this one big wave behind. The girl is like, ah. And that's going to be a meme. But there's a big wave behind her that comes in 2 parts. And I've been trying to put it together in 3D Builder. but it won't just snap together like parts usually do. So I might grab one of you guys and send you those parts to put together for me. This way I can print it out in one clear piece, because I want to use transparent greens on it, clear greens and stuff like that for the water, because I don't want it to be solid, especially when it gets to the top and it gets thinner. And as the water gets thinner, you could see more and more through it, even if it's dirty or water. So I gotta see. If I can't get it, then I'm gonna bug one of you guys to help me. Oh yeah, constantly learning, Dan. I love it. I love the 3D printing. I'm learning something new all the time. There you go. I screw up all the time, Spence. Oh, Spence, you wanted to know the difference between the 7K, this guy here, the 7K, the 12, and the 14K. I forgot what I printed. It might be the hats. And you're definitely not going to see it. This one had a layer line shift, but that's easy enough to correct. I'll keep that one for myself. You can tell the difference between the 7K and the 12K and the 14K. It's harder to tell between the 12 and the 14K because they're so close together. And like I said, don't go by the Ks. I'm just going by those so that you know the difference between the machines. But those are really hard to tell the difference. When I pulled the hat off of the 7K machine, I can definitely see the difference. The 7K still prints beautifully. I have no problem with it. I like the prints that coming out of it. I'm going to print my bigger figures on that. But you can tell it's a difference where if you know what you're looking for, you're going to see it. If you're a 3D printer, you're going to see the difference between the 7K, the 12K, and the 14K. But if I gave it to somebody that doesn't know 3D prints, they're not going to know the difference between, if I handed them the 7K and the 12K, they're not going to know the difference between the both of them. And especially the reason I could tell the difference mostly is because I'm always working with my magnifiers on. And when I see them up close, you can tell the difference between, even at we print at what, 0.05? So printing at 0.05, you can see how the layers come out. I don't want to say different, but it is different. Not as crisp as the 12 and the 14K. So there's definitely a difference. But the 7K prints beautifully, comes out really, really nice. Like I said, I used to have the Mono X, which was 4K, and when I jumped up to the M5S, the regular M5S 12K, what a difference. There's not that much of a difference between the 7K and 12K, even though there is a difference. But jumping from 4K to the 12K machine, what a difference in the prints. Huge amount of difference. Like when I printed up Dr. Mrs. the Monarch, the islands that built up on top of her hair, I sanded most of them down, but even with priming and painting, I can see them, and somebody else could see them if you were to look at the model, fairly closely. If you're standing 3 feet away, you're not going to see it, but if you're standing fairly close, you're going to be able to see it. But when I went over to the 12K, I'm starting to sound like RFK again. When you go over to the 12K, those islands are still there, but they aren't as noticeable as on the 4K. For some reason, they're really, really noticeable on the older machines. Excuse me. Will primer and paint make up the difference, or would it still? I still have to sand some things down, like on this ball here, the moon. This one is done on the 7K with just a light sanding and then a primer. If I used a filler primer, it would definitely take care of it, and I wouldn't see it. But the ball, the sphere, is very, very difficult not to get some sort of island at the finishing point of it, or a little pinhole in it. But a little sanding on this, and it's good to go. Or even, like I said, you use a good filler primer on it, and you're not going to see it. And the painting, you're not going to see it. Even with the 4K, Spence, the Mono X, for the most part, with priming and painting, I couldn't see the islands. It was just like on high points, like on the top of her head, where her hair was, anything on her arms and stuff. And at that point, I was still learning how to adjust things, and I still have trouble. with my angles and stuff like that. I'm still learning. Like some of the stuff, not this stuff, but say I took the hat and I put it on the wrong angle and it's got really bad, islands on it or stuff. I'll toss it in the garbage and realign it until I get it looking much better. It's all a learning process. And then what me and Paul have done, we bought a whole bunch of thumb drives. So this way, once we have a very good print, we keep it on that thumb drive and we have it for future use for printing off models. But like this one, I don't know if you can see it or not, but down here there was kind of like a layer shift for some reason on this. But the layer shift isn't bad. Just take some sandpaper and that layer shift will go away. And on the side here, this is the 7K one. I know it's the 7K one because with the shining of the light coming this way, I can see the islands, but I can't feel the islands. So with a quick few swipes of sandpaper on that, it'll be gone. It's a regular model, It's you got to do work to the models. Screen pixel size. Yes, I'm not interested in the 12K, 14K, 7K. I just use that terminology this way. Excuse me. It's easier for me to differentiate the machines for everybody. Unfortunately, Spencer, you can have a screen capable of handling finer detail, but the design itself has lower number of surface triangles, those layers. Yeah, that's another thing, depending on who's doing the models. Like with, again, going back to Darth Talon. She's awesome. Abe 3D, I can't say enough good things about them. They're, Abe 3D is great. Wicked is awesome. The only thing I don't like is actually, if I knew them, I would write to them and tell them, put damn spheres on top of your supports. But they pre-support nicely. Most of the guys pre-support nicely. And I noticed from guys like that, from Wicked, Abe 3D, CA 3D, Kutan, when I print their stuff out, compared to nothing against UEL or some of the other people that I print out, when I print out their stuff, the quality and smoothness of the prints are so much better than certain other artists. And like Omar was saying, it all depends on the triangles and all that stuff. I really don't know the mathematics of it, but I do know if they're not, high quality 3D files, there's going to be a problem. And now even if you throw it into Cheeto Box, the pro version of Cheeto Box, if you don't have the pro version of Cheeto Box, ignore what I'm saying. It can fix redundant triangles, fix if there's not enough triangles in certain spots, and it's pretty cool that you can see the triangles and stuff like that, and it helps you fix it. I really don't mess with stuff. If it comes out like where I have to sand some stuff down, I'm going to sand it down because I'm not a professional 3D artist like these guys are. They know what they're doing. Just some are better than others. You don't be mistaken. UEL does awesome work. Some of it has to do with he doesn't pre-support his files because, like I said, I don't know if he pre-prints them for testing. So you got to support your own stuff. So if you make a mistake on your angles or anything like that, it's not going to be good. And you're going to end up reprinting stuff or sanding stuff. And if you're not willing to put in the work on a 3D print, one, it's not a cheap hobby. The machines are fairly cheap. They're not super expensive. The big machine back here, I think on pre-order we got them for $750. I was pissed because after I bought these two, they came out with the M7s, and I paid $500 each for these, and they dropped them down to like $300 and $200. I was like, oh mother, but there's nothing you can do about it because it's like computers. These things keep coming out like hotcakes, and you just whatchamacallit. I'll pop this guy in here. You just got to roll with it. Like I won't get a new printer for a while because I don't need a new printer. These are beautiful. I'll work on these until they're dead. I'm trying to find something because I wanted to show you guys, if you don't know 3D printing. Let me see. Do I have a CA 3D that's open? I'm looking for one that I have open. I don't have. How don't I have a CA3D one that's not open? Let's go to Abe 3D. I don't want. Let me see. What do I got? Is Poison Ivy open? Okay, Poison Ivy is open. Let me go into Poison Ivy. I just want to show you guys something. If I could get it to work. We'll see if I can get it to work. That's CA3D. I want Abe 3D. Where's Abe 360? Abe 360. Where is Poison Ivy? I love this one. This is another one I'd love to do in quarter scale, but it's a little huge. Arm, face, foot, hair, alternate, base, foot, torso, uncut. Is this? Hopefully this is the safe for work one. Okay, this is the safe for work one. This is the safe for work one. Let me go over to teaching screen and see if I can. That's going to show that. Window. No, I don't want that. I want. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I could get this thing to show. It's not going to show it. Stupid thing. I hate Streamlabs sometimes because I want it to show something, and it won't show the frickin' thing. All right, never mind. I can't show you that. Stupid thing. I can't show you what I wanted to show you. For those that don't know or haven't seen the triangles on a 3D, it's a mesh, and it's pretty cool how these guys do what they do. I wish I had the talent to draw like these guys do, but unfortunately, I do not. What's up, Heath? What's going on, sir? Hopefully you're doing well. My new printer comes Monday. I still want the M7 Max, but I couldn't pass up on the 16K. I'm sure that will be a nice one. Take a swig, Ken. Sounds like you're getting dry. Oh, I'm becoming an RFK Jr. again. The more I talk, the more my voice gets messed up. I'm just getting over being sick very bad. So it's been a month fighting on and off. The last thing is the cough and the voice. Yeah, you got to let us know how that Elegoo, or however you say it. I'm an Anycubic guy. Good deal, Heath. Good deal. Yeah, as you can tell, everything's Anycubic. I like my Anycubic printers, and I'm a Chidu box guy. I've tried Lychee, and I just can't get the hang of it. It's like anything when you're used to something, and you jump over to something else. I get frustrated very quickly. So I gave up on Lychee. I still have it on the thing. I refuse to use Anycubic slicer. I hate that thing. That one I won't use at all. But I do jump into Lychee, and I try that one. Sweet. Like I said, check out Augie's Interstellar Modeler video. I'm pretty sure you got the same one that he did the 3D scanning review on, which is pretty cool. Don't be going scanning nothing ridiculous either there, Dan. We don't need those type of 3D prints. Oh, 1038. 1038. All right, guys, my voice is getting worse and worse, and it's I'm gonna have to go make myself some hot tea and then take these dogs out in the snow, get them all dried up, and get to bed. So I thank you guys for hanging out while I'm still sounding like crap, and thanks for everything. Don't forget, if you are a member, go over to the front page, hit posts, and you can join the private Discord that's only for members, YouTube members, paying members, and Patreon. So you are the only people that will have access to that. We'll have builds there. You could show your builds there. You could talk to the guys there. I'll have polls up there at various points in times of things I want help with, or models that I'm going to build, and I want your guys' input and stuff like that. Hey, John, I'm sorry I missed you. So just make sure you go take a look. If you got Discord, make sure you sign up. When you go to Discord, sign up through YouTube, and it'll automatically pull you in, and you won't have trouble with that. So thanks again, everybody. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your weekend. Hopefully I start sounding better and better day by day, and I will see you all soon. Have a great night, everybody. Take care, and bye-bye.
I love juice.